records the cloud, so I'll take care of that. We are recording. So, guys, Lisa has been with us for quite some time, and she has been amazing and has helped. Let me mute all. So I might, Lisa, like when I go to take off, it might cut out. So if it does, I'll log back in when I get back to the launch. But you will have the ability to mute everyone and do all of that. So even though you're muted right now, because I muted everybody.
Yeah, I'm muted.
But so guys, with that, you know, it's funny, over the last couple of years, we've built a relationship, and just hearing, you know, her and the success that she's had has been amazing. I love to call her a friend. That's what this business is all about. Every football season, we're bantering back and forth, Vikings, Saints, stuff like that, and sitting here sending each other messages. Normally, she's the instigator of this, by the way. Mm-hmm. And we go back and forth on who is going to win. And normally the Saints win, right, Lisa? Saints always win? No?
They don't, because I have a Minneapolis Miracle shirt for you to wear this year, remember?
Yeah. Were we supposed to, did we bet on that or something?
We did. If the Vikings beat the Saints, you have to wear that. And if the Saints win the first game, then I have to get a Saints shirt and wear it. So
got it. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to turn over to my good friend, Lisa Tolbert. Over to you. Lisa, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Chris. And thanks all of you for taking time out this morning. Like Chris said, my name is Lisa Tolbert, and because I'm a Vikings fan, I live in Minnesota. And I will say it is very hard to be a Minnesota sports fan, but I still am. So I got started in this company just shortly before it actually launched. So I have been with this company for a little over 3.5 years. Oh, it says I have cut out. Let me see here.
No, you haven't. We still hear you.
You can hear, but you can't see?
Nope, I can see both.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. So I got started with this company a little over 3.5 years ago. And right before
I don't think everybody can see you. There you go.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. My last name is Tolbert. So sorry, I'm totally squirrel brained. So I have to just start right all over. I got started with this company about 3.5 years ago. And prior to finding out about this coffee through a Facebook video, I had been with another company, and I did not know that their new formula was actually toxic for me. And I got really, really sick. And I figured that was God's way of telling me that I was done with network marketing. And so I was done. And then I saw this video, and that person happened to be with that company. So I didn't know if it was through that company or what. So I messaged him, and he's like, no, it's a brand new company and it's awesome. You need to try it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just going to get this out there right away. I do not want to do this as a business. I just want to be a customer, and I'll be a great customer if this works for me. And I was super skeptical, but I hadn't been getting out of bed for months. I had gained about 40 pounds. When I was awake, I was a complete and total momzilla. I hated the cycle I was in. I felt guilty for being in bed. I felt guilty for yelling at my kids all the time. I felt guilty for not being the mom I was supposed to be, the wife I was supposed to be, all of that. And I thought, coffee, really? I had only been drinking coffee, like actual coffee, for about a year. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't even, like, it takes me forever to drink a cup of coffee, but I'll give it a shot. So there was a coffee shortage at the time, and he could send me 2 days worth. And I was like, 2 days, really? Like, what's that going to do? But I got those samples, and me being me, I put the coffee in a cup. I drank it like a shot. I took the capsule. I looked at my phone to see what time it was, and I sat down on the couch with a timer because I didn't think it was going to work, you know, and wanted to be proven wrong. And after about 20 minutes, I was like, hey, I actually feel like I could get up and do stuff. And I ended up doing a little cleaning. And by the end of the day, I was cleaning closets. I hadn't done anything for months. And when I say months, I'm not just talking like 1 or 2, it was like 4 or 5 months of not doing anything. So I was like, okay, this actually works. I joined that same day and my husband got home and I was like, hey, guess what? I joined this company. And he's like, okay, I think you need to try it for a couple of months just to see how it works. But I did share a video with a few friends that had success in other network marketing companies. That video happened to be an hour and 15 minutes long. I sent it to 4 people and 2 of them joined that day. One joined the next day and the other one joined a couple of days later. And I'm talking people who had been with other companies for, 10 or more years. I was like, wait, this doesn't happen. Like, this isn't how this works, because before I was trained to do all the wrong things. And I was messaging these, hey girl, I need 10 product models and I need 5 people. I have 5 VIP spots. No, I mean, we all know everybody has unlimited spots. That's how this business works. And that's why I love this company so much. The steps have not changed since I started. Pretty much everybody in this company does the same things. We drink coffee and be happy, or tea or lemonade or chai, or take a capsule, whatever it is. That's step 1. And then I love when Chris says, don't be a weirdo, because I still have never read the ingredients on any of these products. I just know how it makes me feel. In the color personalities, I am highly negative in the green department. I trust the people that gave it to me. I trust it's not going to kill me, and it didn't. And it's been, 3.5 years and I still feel great. So I don't even see the reason why, but there are people who want to, and I have a tool that I can send them. I can send them, these nice product info sheets. I can connect them to our customer groups and they can read what other people are experiencing. So step number 2 is to ask, hey, do you know anybody who drinks coffee or tea at all? Everybody knows somebody who drinks coffee or tea. And then, have you heard about the happy coffee, tea, lemonade, whichever one that everyone is talking about? And, FOMO is real, whether you're a 7th grader or you're a 51-year-old. People do not want to feel like they're missing out on something. And so asking that way gets people to ask you, no, what is it? Okay, they've asked you a question and now it's time for the next step. And that's to connect them. Chris always says, use a tool, don't be a tool. And we have tools. We have people who have been doing this business for a long time that we can connect them to. And that third-party validation, it takes the pressure off of you. You can suddenly have this other expert who has validated everything that you've said. And then we connect them to our customer groups, and they can, at their own time, without feeling pressured, go through and read stories from other people. And, facts sell, and facts tell, and stories sell. And it's true. We share our story, we drink coffee or whatever other beverage it is. And, we authentically share our story. For the first time, I don't actually feel like I'm selling anything. I am blessed to be doing this business full time. In my first year, I was able to, because of an amazing team, I was able to surpass the income that I had as a full-time area manager for AT&T. And I never had that with any other business, even though I worked my butt off. And that's the beauty of this business. It is sharing our story, helping other people to do what we just did, and it multiplies. And people still to this day make fun of this industry. But I have single moms on my team whose dreams are coming true. It doesn't matter what your story was, what your past was, it doesn't define your future. And we have an opportunity here that I honestly believe is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it's just being consistent. And I will be completely honest with you. I have days that I am not consistent. and I'm human. I just had the opportunity to spend 4 days with my daughter for her class trip in DC. And it really hit me. I did not have to ask anybody for permission to take time off. I did not have to, when I was that area manager, we were on call 24/7. I did not have to be glued to my phone. And because I do have such an outstanding team, I didn't even have to worry. My business grew and I wasn't even on my phone. And that's how I run my business. So we are completely blessed with a business model that once you really get it, how simple this really is. I mean, I'm one of those people who likes to complicate the heck out of something, but we can all do this. We all have this within us. And it's whether or not you can believe that you're worthy of this, that you truly deserve this. Every single person in this business started at the exact same level. And every single day we have that exact same opportunity. I mean, Mark and Judy, they started with one. Chris started with one. Jessica and Ricky started with one. You know, I could go on and on and on with the list of people. But one of the greatest things that I have to say about this business is it's not fake. The people actually really care. And I love that because that's all I ever wanted from the prior businesses that I was in, and not to feel like what was I doing for them, but what were they doing for me, and how they made me feel was yucky. And how I felt here is loved. If all I ever did was show up to these calls, people here still love me. And if that's all you ever do, people here will love you. Everybody loves us where we're at. And our business is up to us and what we want to do with it every single day. It's simple. Those 4 steps are simple, but challenging yourself to be consistent. And maybe it's you start one new conversation a day. But if you can't do one, you can't do 100. You know, it all starts with one and getting out of your comfort zone. I listened to Hillary Scott's training and talking about, your belief system. Where is it? How rock solid is your belief in these products? Well, for me, I believe that these products saved my life. They made me back into and even into a better mom than I had been before. And if you have a life-changing story like that, share it with people, share it from your heart. And when people are struggling, I mean, I made a post about my daughter in DC. She has a life-threatening tree nut allergy, and there was a plate of cookies on the table, and I was pretty sure they had macadamia nuts in them. And so I asked the server, I said, do these cookies have tree nuts in them? My daughter has a life-threatening allergy. And she said, let me go check. She came out and she said, no, they do not. Well, I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are macadamia nuts. So I bit into the cookie and it was a macadamia nut. And so I calmly found the manager and said, I was just told that, these don't have tree nuts in them and these are macadamia nuts, which is in fact a tree nut. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're halfway through the meal. My daughter has the bread in her mouth and he comes and whispers in my ear and he said, and by the way, the bread is also processed in that same facility as the cookies. It was like, we had to fill out these forms before we came here. The old me, the pre-happy products me would have lost my crap. I would have been shouting. I would have been crying. This is like, I need to call 911 situation. If that piece of bread happened to have a tree nut in it, which we've already had one time, she got served pizza that had a walnut on it, things you don't expect. So the fact that I stayed calm through that whole situation, even my daughter said, she's like, Mom, like, thank you, because she knows what I could be like. And I just had a conversation with our girls and, talked about how, do you guys remember when I used to scream at the top of my lungs? And aren't you glad that I found something that has helped me? And they're both like, yes. And they're 12 and 13. They have no problem giving their honest opinion on anything that I do wrong, by the way. So to know that we have something, and I made this post and I had all these people, moms that I know, that private messaged me and said, I need that in my life. Like, I feel, especially after the last year that we've had and how much time I'm spending with my kids, that I'm yelling at them all the time. You know, what can I try? What do you have that will help me? And then it's easy. Do you like coffee? Do you like tea? Do you like peach tea? Do you like lemonade? You know, which one do you like? And this is the one I want you to try. And Xanthamax. I have arthritis and I have a degenerative disc disorder. So I've dealt with back pain since I was in my teens. And Xanthamax has been one of the greatest things for how it has made my back and neck feel. I am not a graceful person. I tripped and fell on our sidewalk in our neighborhood last year. I broke my ribs, tore my rotator cuff and bicep, and had to have surgery in December, which was brutal, to say the least. It was brutal. And I just saw my surgeon last week, and he said, he's cutting me free. He said, normally he has to see people 2 more times. And he said, the progress that I have made is miraculous because I can do all the things that I could do before surgery. Does it still hurt? Yeah, a little bit. And he said, it's, you know, a year to 2 years for a full recovery for all this new stuff. But he was so impressed. And I had to, before surgery, had to list all the medications, which I take none, and supplements. And he's like, whatever that xanthohumol stuff is, you should keep taking it. I said, I will, you know, would you like to try it? Because I carry it with me. And he just kind of laughed, which, you know, if I was Shweta, I probably would have said, here you go, you know, handed it over and talked, but I'm still me and I still have work. And I say it's progress, not perfection. Just know that you have all the tools. You have the greatest group of people leading this, from Mr. Fai Chen to Mr. Bo Short to Garrett and Sylvia, Mark and Judy, anybody that we have in this company. They are genuinely there to make our lives better and to serve us. And that is crazy. You guys, they're giving away a Tesla. I mean, I don't know about you, but a Tesla is actually on my dream board. And you can win one just by doing the things that we do to get paid in this business. And for those people who are the blue personality, who like to have fun, I've never had more fun doing a job, a business. I'm going to see if I can mute all here. And I don't know, I see emojis. This is just proof that if I can do this, honestly, anybody can. I worked for a cell phone company for many, many years, but it was, you know, kind of at the beginning of smartphone. And I am still not tech savvy. I can ask my daughters and, you know, they can figure everything out. But there are people in this company who are, and they're willing to share their gifts. You know, somebody had to teach me how to share to my story and to do a poll and to add music to that poll. And I was able to screenshot that for somebody yesterday and share that because she said, I don't know how to do it. You know, how do I do it? And I love that people here are willing to help. And if we have people that are willing to help us, we just have to be willing to ask the question. And you can take that to your business. Our job is to ask the question and not to worry about what the outcome is. You know, doubt kills action and action kills doubt. And when we have something that has changed our lives, as these products have changed mine, I'm actually doing a disservice to people if I don't share my story more and just getting out of my own head and getting out of my own way, because I am nowhere near where I want to be. And how do I get where I want to go is helping people get where they want to go. And I 100% believe that this is the company. We have the tools, we have the products, we have everything. And we just have to go out there and share it. So my training is only 20 minutes long because if I continue talking, I'll just keep rambling. just know that you are loved and appreciated in this company truly for who you are. We have those simple steps to follow. You have sidelines, uplines, downlines, people rooting for you and willing to help you, but you have to ask. No one knows. You have to take that step. And that's the same thing with your business. You don't know who out there is suffering, who could use a little more happy in their life. Duh, everybody could use more happy in their life, especially after 2020. I mean, this is the perfect time to get out there, to take action, to be consistent, plug in. And I tell this to my daughters all the time, that if I want to learn how to go skydiving, I can read books, I can watch videos, I can do that every single day of my life. I'm going to try and find somebody who's actually gone skydiving, but until I jump out of that plane, I haven't gone skydiving. And that's the same thing with this business. You can plug into all these calls, you can listen to all the Mindset Mondays that you want, but until you jump and take that action, all you've done is the prep work. And the fortune is in the action. The fortune is in the follow-up. If someone has reached out to you, they are watching you. Trust me, they are watching. And there are people who want to reach out to you, but they might be too scared. I'll admit, I didn't tell my friend who I saw the video why I wanted to try these products, because I was so embarrassed to admit that as a mom, I was doing a horrible job. I was not being a mom. I wasn't being a human. It wasn't life. What I have back is life. And people assume, a lot of people that I know still assume that these products are for weight loss. And yes, I've lost weight, and that was just a bonus. But we're called the Happy Co for a reason. Our products are to balance out our hormones in our brains and release those happy chemicals. And when our brain is satisfied, the magic happens. And that's what happened for me. I hope it happened for all of you. It happened for me on my very first cup. Some people, it takes longer. Some people it takes days, some people it takes weeks, some people it takes months. But for whatever state we got in, we didn't get there in one day. And it is a miracle when it happens on the first cup and people feel better. But this is a supplement, and it is to supplement a healthy lifestyle. So that's one thing that I tell people when they're getting started. If your goal is to be healthier and you're at McDonald's 5 times a week, how well is this really going to work? How well is it going to work if you're eating ice cream every night before you go to bed? These are to supplement a healthy wealth. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. Sometimes my tongue just gets stuck in my mouth. They are to supplement a healthy lifestyle. So yes, I love all these comments, and I should go through and read them. I'm sorry I squirrel so much that I can't do it while I'm talking, or we'd be here all day, me trying to remember what I was sharing. Yes, Doreen, less is more. Your authenticity, vulnerability, and honesty is priceless. And when you come from the heart, people know that. When you come from the goal, the rank, the money, people know that. Like Chris says, nobody wants to be sold on anything, but we all love to buy stuff. And I am willing to spend money on things that actually work. And I love all these comments, and yes. Okay, so Christina, wow, how many a day? I don't know if that was a question or if that's just saying how many a day for everybody to commit to for conversations or whatever it is. But if anybody, how many Xanthamax a day? I do 2 a day. Thank you. So it does say on the bottle that you can do up to 3. And there are days that I have done 3. And I've heard this explained in other trainings that when people are just starting with Xanthamax, it gives your brain, what you need. So some people get a zing and they get a lot of energy, and some people get a zen and it calms them down. And so it's for everybody, it's different. And you just have to play with it to find out. It does not give me a whole bunch of energy. I can take it right before I go to bed, and I will take it with Unwind, which, by the way, that stuff could be its own business for what it has done for my sleep and for so many people. I literally have done everything, including prescription medication, to help with my insomnia. I lost my mom. It'll be 12 years this year. And I have had insomnia ever since. I was on prescription medication for about 4 years. I have tried everything that I can think of. Melatonin has the opposite effect on me. It makes me stay up all night. And I know a few other people that have had that. Any Facebook ad that has targeted sleep before Unwind, because I've clicked on it, I get a lot of them. I've tried a lot of them, and nothing has worked for me like Unwind. And I love, love, love that. And let's talk about the shake. Oh my goodness, that thing is the greatest thing. And it came at the perfect time. Because after surgery, I had a nerve block. I had all of this, pain medication. And what it did to my digestive system was not pleasant. And getting that shake and getting my gut health restored. I lost 6 pounds in my first week. And if you can, connect the dots of what I'm trying to say, it got my digestion back in order. And I promised my girls I wouldn't say anything about going to the bathroom on this because they talk about it a lot. So I'm going to look at the chat again. And thank you, thank you, thank you. When I say thank you for giving me your time, time is one thing in this life we cannot get back. So the fact that you guys have taken time out of your day to listen to this 51-year-old Vikings fan from Minnesota who feels like she's rambling and stepped way out of my comfort zone, by the way, to get on here and to do a training. It's on the top 10 things I do not want to do. Who looks like she's 35? Oh, Lisa Hellwig. Thank you guys. I just ran into somebody from my high school who said, I can't believe, like, I know you, we went to school together, and I feel like you're reverse aging. And they're like, whatever you're doing, I need to try. And she became a customer. And I mean, that's pretty powerful in itself. Yeah, yes. I don't know anybody who loves to get on here, but I watch people and I feel like every other person loves to get on here, and they have, their whole life of experience of being in front of the group and on the Zoom and doing the training, because they're all so phenomenal. And we have that here. And that's just amazing. Like we get to do this and become the best version of ourselves. Yes, I agree. So much reverse aging going on. Mark and Judy I don't know if you know that they're from Minnesota, and they were here a few weeks ago, and they got together with Peter and Carmela and Hillary, and we got to invite people to a beautiful dinner at Fletcher's on the Wharf in Lake Minnetonka. I think that's what it's called anyway. I don't know. It was really cool. I hadn't been there since I was in high school, and we played volleyball. I don't think I actually stepped inside that building. And both Mark and Judy look younger than the last time I saw them in person. And talk about how awesome it was to get to actually see people in person and hug people without that stupid face diaper. Just so happy to have people back, and we are going to have an in-person get together and for this company again coming soon. And if you haven't been to one, I highly recommend going. It is so cool to be a part of people with that same energy and like-minded people who have the same goal of, changing people's lives and making an impact on this world, and then making money on top of it. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. So I don't know if anybody has any questions, but I did go Bears. Yes. Um, I don't say anything against people, but let's all just hope that the Vikings beat the Saints, because I have a Minneapolis Miracle shirt for Shweta to wear, and I really don't want to go buy a Saints shirt. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to unmute and ask them, and I will do my best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I have a whole bunch of really smart people on here that can help me. So if anybody has any questions, if not, we can wrap this up. I know Shweta said he was going to come back on, but he probably assumed that I was going to take an hour, and I don't. I'm going to give you back 30 days. Oh, thank you. Yes, that 90-day transformation. If you guys were a part of that, that was awesome. And if you want to be a part of one of those, as soon as you see it, if somebody does it again, we did it with Jessica and Ricky, and Judy did one as well. That was so cool to have step-by-step instructions on how to work out and what to eat to get healthy and strong, which is my number one goal now, is to have muscles again. And to do that in a 90-day period. If you haven't seen those results, some of the people aren't on here. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay. Oh, I see this little hand. And okay, Clarence, you're first on the list. So do you have a question?
All right. So I have a quick question here. In your first year, what did that look like for you, from going from ground zero to, being able to replace your district area manager job? Like, what did your activity look like? Because I used to be a general manager for a restaurant, and I know like those salary positions are very demanding. So how did you squeeze that into the cracks of your day, and how did you get so much traction? Like, what was your strategy?
I shared videos and connected people to tools. So passing the ball and putting them in three-way chats with my upline. So Shweta did a lot of Zooms with me. Ricky did a lot of Zooms with me. We had, really anybody, when you pass that ball and it takes the pressure off of you, and they are so good at sharing the vision of this and how simple it really is, and doing the closing for you. And I actually, now that we're talking about this, it's the thing that I want to get back to doing again, because, you get to a certain level and my focus shifted to, what does my team need? And it's always keeping that funnel full and starting new conversations, and not relying on those conversations that you have started. It's finding new people and keeping that full at all times, and then following up with people, asking them where they're at. And I'm not shy about just coming right out and saying, you said that you were interested in making a little extra money. Are you still interested in doing that? And are you ready to join? Asking those final questions about, how can I help you get started? Are you ready to join? What more information do you need before you join? Whatever that looks like. But it wasn't me that got the traction. It was the team. It was the team that did those same steps that, everybody talks about in all these trainings. And when you can multiply your efforts with even one person, that's should be twice the work. 2 people and it's 3 times the work, and it can go really, really, really fast. And we have everything that we need for it to go super fast. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I got to get back to find those hands. They went away from my, oh gosh, I think it was LaDonna, but those little hands went away. So maybe I lowered them. I'm sorry if I did. But if you have a question, just feel free to unmute.
All right, Lisa, I have a question for you. So, knowing you, and guys, I've known Lisa forever. She is such an amazing soul. My question for you is, how do you step out of your comfort zone? You know, Lisa shared with us, guys, like that this type of stuff, like she is not comfortable doing trainings. She's not comfortable being in the limelight. Like she is very like, she's the most caring person in the world with her yellow personality, and she's just a giver. And, you know, so what would you say to people, Lise, you know, that are afraid to ask the questions or afraid to step out of the comfort zone or afraid of what other people think about them? Like, what would you do? Because you're literally doing this right now and you're stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking that question. So, I have been on this personal development, you know, self-improvement journey for 23 years. And it all comes back to taking that action, taking that first step, and, you know, getting out of your own way. Our brain is designed to protect us from, you know, disappointment and all those things. And so all this stuff is filled in our head. If we are afraid to do something, and if anybody has followed Mel Robbins and the 5-second rule, you have, I can't remember if it's more than 5 seconds, it might be 10 seconds before when you have a thought to take action. And if you can take that action within those 5 seconds before your brain says, oh no, we might not want to do this. They might not like us. They might not, you know, agree with what we have to say. All I have to say is, after 3.5 years and seeing how many people this has helped and how many people's dreams have come true, I can no longer listen to that little voice in my head that says, oh, they might not want what I have. Everybody needs what we have, and everybody can use more happiness. And there's not one person on this planet who is allergic to extra income. What we have to offer, I 100% believe, is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And so just getting out of our own way and asking those questions. And it really is as simple as just starting a conversation with somebody. They're going to naturally ask you. I mean, you can do it the fast route, you can do it, you know, build that relationship. And if you want to do it the more direct route, I've done Ray Higdon's trainings. And, you know, he gets right to it. But what I like to do is build that relationship, and it naturally comes up in conversation. You ask them, you know, what are you up to these days? And they're naturally going to ask you. And then that opens the window for you to say, well, actually, I have an online coffee business. And I laugh every time because I haven't even been a coffee drinker for that long. And they say, oh, really? What is that? And then I can pass the ball. I know I've used you. I've used many people in 3-way chats, and just get comfortable with taking the action and know that it doesn't matter. If you come to my house and I've made cherry pie, I don't know why I thought of that, but let's just say I did. I don't think I've actually ever made one. We're going to use that as an example. And I offer you a piece and you say, no, thank you. I don't say, oh my gosh, they don't want what I have. No one's going to want my cherry pie. No one is ever going to want this. It's the same thing with our business. If somebody doesn't want it, they just don't want it right now. And it's fine. We just have to keep asking the questions. Every single day, we keep asking the questions. And if they don't want it, it doesn't have to hurt your feelings because they just don't want it. And for whatever reason, that's fine. Just move on to the next, you know, Ariana Grande, thank you next. And that really is, have gratitude for them responding to you, because sometimes people don't even like look at that messenger. So get on the phone with people, which is, ooh, it's so scary because now we can hide behind these screens. But there are those people who you know, love and trust, who know, love and trust you, and you know what their situation is. You know that this could benefit them. Pick up the phone, find out how they're doing. And if they have posted about these things that our products can help with, or this business can help with, call them. I've been doing that. I've been reconnecting with people, and it feels really good to know that my heart is saying, hey, I think this can help you. Do I know it can help you? No, I don't. But the only way that we're going to find out is if we try it. And we have a money back guarantee. What company has that? Not very many, to be honest. So thank you, Lisa, for asking the question and filling a little bit more of my time. Hey, we're at 11:41. I'm feeling pretty good because I was done in 20 minutes. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that they would like to say? All right. Well, I just want to thank you all for giving me your time today. Somebody shared this business with you because they believed in you and they believed that you were worthy. And I just hope today that you can believe in yourself and know that you deserve to be at the top of this company. We all do. And the money that comes with it is life-changing. But the amount of lives that you've helped along the way, which is the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning, is helping others. Like Lisa said, yellow is my first color. I will do anything to help anybody. Blue is my second color. If it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. Red, I'm competitive with myself. And that's all I ever want to be, is a better version of me. Green, I love you all because you help me, because I'm not going to do anything from the green perspective. So thank you all for getting on this call today, and I will end it and hope you all have a blessed day. And I challenge you today, it's not tomorrow, today, start one new conversation. You know, you deserve it. Your family deserves it. Everybody deserves it. So thank you all for getting on, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank
That was
you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you,
Go
Lisa.
Vikings.
Thank you. That was
Hey,
Go
Vikings.
Have a great day,
Vikings!
Lisa.
Go
Thank you.
Bears.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
That was awesome. Have a great day.
Thank you, Lisa.